Boots on the ground. Cha 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 cha. Y'all, we are about to get into the review of the 2025 Awards hosted by Kevin Hart. We're going to get into it right after this. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and we are about to review the BET Awards. Did you watch? Did you watch? Did you watch? What did you think? What did you think? So, we're going to break this up into two parts. I'm going to go over the winners, and then I'm going to go over the performances. And when I do that, and while I'm doing that, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. We love you over here. We are entertainers over here, and we would love to hear from you and have you part of our tribe. All right, people. So we're not going to do it in any specific order, but what I'm going to do first is go over the winners. So shout out to all of the winners. Um, Shout out to People Magazine because they had the complete list of the winners. And so we are going to review that. I'm going to show you who the winners were, who the nominees were, and then talk about who the winner was. Okay. All right. Let's move this. Let's add this. So for album of the year, we had several nominees. We had Drake and the Party Next Door. We had Chris Brown. We had Doechii, Beyonce, Glorilla, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, Future, and Metro Boomin. And the album of the year it was GNX by Kendrick Lamar. That album came in swiftly under the radar back in November or December, and it continues to be played. I do believe it's still spending a lot of time on the charts, different songs, but that album was one of the, I guess, most played or most it couldn't have been anticipated because no one knew what it was dropping, but definitely it was an album that everyone has critically acclaimed and everyone has loved it. Most people have loved it, and he is on tour for the GNX tour with this particular album. I will say that Glorious by Glorilla, I'm very pleased of her entertainment investment that she is investing in her shows, investing in her songs and her writing. I don't know how I'm feeling about all the body modifications and things that she's doing, but that's her. But I am pleasantly supplied. Pleasantly surprised that Gloria Hallelujah is doing everything that she needs to do to step her game up. And I think that she will continue to have a good space here in the rap world for young ladies. All right, so let's go into the best female R&B pop artist. You have Ari Lennox, Ara Starr, Coco Jones, Kehlani, Mooney Long, Summer Walker, SZA, and Victoria Monet. And the winner was SZA. Now I will tell you, Ari Lennox needs her due. I think Ari Lennox, her albums and everything, they have been good. I think where I'm seeing issue with Ari Lennox is she has good studio albums. I'm not seeing that translating into her concerts and arena sales. I don't think she does arenas or anything like that. However, it would be nice if instead of everybody trying to be individualized, it would be great if these young artists pool their resources together and do a good tour, because I know everybody wants to do their individual tour and they want to be able to make their money. I clearly understand that. But to me, it seems like if you can pool your resources together, and I'm not saying that you all will be able to pool to do these stadiums, but I'm quite sure that you all can pool arena or big theater tours. And if you all pooled your resources together, I think that the Mooney Loves, the Coco Jones, the Ari Stars, the Ari Lennoxes, the Summer Walkers and Victoria Monet. Now I know that Summer Walker and Victoria Monet, they have done well on tour individually, but I think, if some of these more established artists will help the younger artists, I think that that would be so much better, because all these women, I think, have done a good job this year with their albums and with their music. But I really do, for female R&B, it is so important to get that together, because I'm feeling like with the Black artists, we're losing you all in the R&B somewhere. We're losing you in the R&B, and I think a lot of that has to do is we hear you on the radio, or on XM radio, whatever, but we're not seeing visually you, and we're not seeing you perform. And that is the key. And I think performance is the key to getting your artist, whether you're period. You got to get out here and perform. So let's go to best male R&B pop artist. You've got Bruno Mars, Chris Brown, Drake, uh, Friday, Leon Thomas, Teddy Swims, The Weeknd, and Usher. Now, I'm just going to tell you, this seems like a very hodgepodgey uh, category. Chris Brown won this category, but I think it was very hodgepodgey. I think that, honestly speaking, you could have taken Bruno Mars out of this category. You could have taken Drake out of this category. And also you could have taken The Weeknd uh, and Usher out of this category, and could have kept the Teddy Swims, the Leon Thomas, the Friday, and the Chris Brown. And I'm telling you, in that particular order, I think Leon Thomas would have won for best male R&B pop artist. Because again, I think this is hodgepodge. That's the one thing about BET Awards. They will bring back the people in it. And like I said, The Weeknd, Usher, I'm not seeing they dropped some music, but it to me wasn't enough to put in here in this particular category. So we've got best group, which went to Future and Metro Booming. We've got best collaboration, and this was an extremely heavy category. So you have 30 for 30 with SZA and Kendrick Lamar. You have Alter Ego with Doechii featuring JT. Are You Even Real by Teddy Swims featuring Giveon. You have Beckham by D Bills featuring Kyle Rich, Kai Swervo, and KJ Swervo. You've got Blessed by Lil Wayne, Weezy, and Young Thug. You got Like That. You got Future, Metro Booming, and Kendrick Lamar. You have Luther with Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Again, they were heavy in here. They were in here twice. You have Sticky, Tyler the Creator, Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. And you had Timeless featuring The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi. We see that Kendrick Lamar won. They could have won, because I love 30 for 30. 30 for 30 for 30 for 30. Chat. I love that song. But Luther, wonderful. And they had a wonderful visual for Luther. So let's go to best female hip hop artist. That was won by Doechii. Again, this is hodgepodgey. They were putting people in here just to compete. Because I don't know about Cardi B coming out with anything, because Cardi B didn't have anything spectacular that came out this past year. I don't remember Doja Cat. I do remember Glorilla. I do remember Lotto and Meg the Stallion. Sexy Red had some stuff out. Nicki Minaj really didn't have anything. And this is what makes me mad. If you are going to put Rhapsody in here, make sure Rhapsody, I think you all put this in here just because y'all want to feel like y'all are down or something like that. But Rhapsody puts out great music, a great album. And I think that you all should put some more respect on her name. And that's just period. I'm just being very clear. I think you put her down for a little cred, honestly. But congratulations to Doechii. Best male hip hop, Kendrick Lamar won. And again, I will tell you, between Kendrick Lamar and Tyler the Creator, I think that they came out with some very great music. I really do. I think Burna Boy was out here doing his thing too. This is no hit to the rest of the music, but Tyler Creator had a very good album out this year, along with Kendrick Lamar. I honestly would have wanted it to go to Tyler the Creator, but congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. We have Video of the Year, Not Like Us. I think that was going to go. I like Denial is a River. I thought that was a very good video. And I'll just keep it moving. Video director of the year. One of the things they've got Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. I wish they would have placed the name of the video that was being sent as the best video director, what they directed. But shout out to Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. We've got Best New Artist, which is Leon Thomas, and I think that was a good win. I honestly liked October London a little bit better, but great, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. That song was very catchy this year. And then we've got Dr. Bobby Jones, Best Gospel Inspirational Award. And that went down, Rain Down on Me by Glorilla featuring Kirk Franklin, Maverick City Music winner. Congratulations to them. Viewers Choice Award went to Residuals by Chris Brown. Best International Act, which is a heavy, and they don't have who won this category. So I'm not sure who won this category. Best International, they didn't put that in there, and I'm very upset about that. BET Her, Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker, Defying Gravity, Bloom. So this sounds like a hodgepodge. Best Movie, we got Luther, Never Too Much. I don't know. I it would have been between Luther, Never Too Much. I don't know. I think it would have been between The Piano Lesson and Bad Boys for me. But we just continue. Best Actor, we've got Denzel Washington. Now, again, I will tell you this, and this is what I say. I think a lot of times we are putting all of these people in all of these different these categories, and I know we have our faves with the Denzels and the Will Smiths of the world, but I do think that this category could have you would have had a more meatier if you would have gotten rid of like the Denzels and the Will Smiths out of it, and then would have broke it down with the Sterling K. Brown, the Anthony Mackie, the Coleman Domingo, the Aldous Hodge, the Aaron Pierre. I think that this category, I think we have a lot of great up and coming actors, and I do think it's time that they get their shine within this. And I don't think Denzel or anybody else would have had an issue with pulling those people, pulling those people out and actually pulling the other people in. So if you would have had between the Aaron Pierres, the Aldous Hodge, the Anthony Mackie, the Coleman Domingo, even taking out Jamie Foxx, you could have had the Joey Badasses, the Kevin Harts, and the Sterling K. Brown. I think within that whole Mod Podge of thing, I think Sterling K. Brown would have won that. Best Actress, they have Cynthia Erivo put up against Angela Bassett, Coco Jones, Andra Day. And here's the thing. I think, too, when I'm looking at this as well, I think they need to separate movies from television. They just put everybody together. I think that they should separate movies for television, only because then I think it would be, again, I think the same thing in regards to the Best Actor. If you would separate them from movies and television, I think that would be great. Young Star Award, Blue Ivy Carter won that. Sportswoman of the Year, you have Angela Reese. And she had a tough thing. Look at Aja Wilson, Clarissa Shields, Coco Gauff, Dawn Stanley, Flau'jae Johnson, Juju Watkins, Sha'Carri Richardson, Simone Biles. This was a competition right here. This would have been Sportsman of the Year. You have Jalen Hurts. He had a good competition as well. All right. But again, shout out to all the winners. Now, let's take a review of the performances, y'all. And let me pull it up over here. Now, I will tell you quick, I didn't see all the performances, but I did see the ones that made me smile. All right. I want to go over the performances that made me smile. First off the list, shout out to Teyana Taylor. That performance that she did, the visuals for that performance, beautiful, beautiful. Now I know Teyana was out here working with the girls, the newer girls, to beef up their stage performances. That's how you do it. You have a good stage performance, because a lot of people can remember your stage performance and couple that with the song. I think that that's good. She's got a new album coming out. I think this was a good, I'm just hoping her whoever is her record label, that's the best way I can say it. She has the creativity. She knows how to put up a show. I just think whoever is her record label, I hope that they are putting a monumental push behind her, because I think Teyana Taylor is a wonderful talent. And again, the problem that we have in the music business nowadays is the fact that everybody is being pushed but the artist, and then the artist is not being developed like they need to be developed. And this is overall, I will tell you about this show. I wanted to shout out Teyana Taylor first. I'm going to get back to her, but this is what I was looking at overall for this show, because this show to me was reminiscent of BET Awards circa the 2000s, when you had like the Moniques, when you had the Moniques, when you had Cedric and Entertainer, the Steve Harveys, when they were hosting, and you still had the old school acts that everybody was enjoying. However, you also had the new school acts, right? And the new school acts now are considered the old school acts. And this is where I think that it comes, that why this show, I think that this show was a much better show than it has been in the past few years. And that is because, again, we are getting quality performers. This group of performers that performed tonight were on the tail end of artist development. You didn't necessarily have to be the strongest singer, but you were a double or a triple threat. And so you may not have been the strongest singer, but you could put on a good performance. You can dance or you can act. And what I saw here tonight, that's what I'm talking about. So I hope that the newer acts and these record labels are looking at this, that a performance will make or break your artist. Not the fact that they're on TikTok, not the fact that they got a nice cute little sound on TikTok, that they have a performance. And I think that this is where the disconnect is, because again, there is no big artist development. And so we can't see how these artists, now look, now let me just go back over here and tell you some of the things that I saw. Now, when we had the 106 in Park tribute, look at all those artists. Not every one of those artists was the strongest singer. And matter of fact, that's not even the part of the show that had the strongest singer. And then you had a couple of those artists that were lip syncing. Fine, cool. But that is because they had, you had B2K. They may not have been the best vocally, but performance wise and dancing and getting the crowd involved, you looked when they panned out to the crowd, everybody was hyped to see B2K. You had T.I., you had Bow Wow come out there. Because people are always like, I don't remember, I don't, younger people, Bow Wow, what did he do? You saw what he did. And Bow Wow and T.I. in that time, they weren't even the best of the performers when you start talking about hip hop and all that other stuff. They weren't even the most pushed. However, look at the stage performance that they did. Look at the Keisha Coles. Look at the Mayas. You can even look at the Anne Marie's. Her vocal quality, and I don't know, she appeared like she hasn't been out in so long. It's almost like stage fright or something. That's what it appealed to me, because her vocals weren't strong at the beginning, but she finished solid at the end. It was giving me stage fright. I don't know what's been going on with Anne Marie, but she's making a resurgence. I love that. I love that. Look when Snoop Dogg performed. when they did the tribute to Jamie Foxx. Now, those are strong singers. All those singers, the tribute to Jamie Foxx, those are stronger singers. And they were a showcase, because so it is about your stage presence. It's about you being able to take the stage and make it your own. And I think the problem with a lot of younger artists, they just think just because I am the artist that people want to see them. No, we want to see you perform. Perform. So I will tell you that I appreciated that. I appreciated Glorilla's performance, especially that Let Her Cook. I appreciated that. Leon Thomas. Yes. Great performance. Yes. And so that's what I was feeling about this whole BET show. I did enjoy it because of the fact that the performances that did perform, they were pretty good. They were strong performances. And I will also take it back to the red carpet. Y'all, those performances on the red carpet were solid as well. The boots on the ground performance, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Enjoyed that performance. I enjoyed Mario's performance. I enjoyed the Larry June's performance. And I even loved the little girl, the Molly. What was it? You know, because I enjoyed it. I think that this BET show, whoever put this show together, I love the good mix of the young and I love the good mix of the older. I love that whole mix. I loved it. So shout outs to you all. Kevin Hart, you know, again, it was all right. I was some of the jokes didn't land for me, but he looked like he was having fun. He was ever present. I did enjoy that. So what do you all think? What performances did you like? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Shout out to Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, Kirk Franklin, Jamie Foxx, all of you all winning awards because you all are icons and because you all have been ever present in this game. Shout out to you all. Y'all, we're losing a lot of folk. A lot of our legends and things like that. So if you enjoy anybody that was on that show as a legend, y'all play their music, get their music pop back up, whether it's on iTunes, Billboard, or whatever. Y'all start playing their music. Y'all play their music. If there's any new people that you all enjoying to listen to, make sure you play their music and stuff like that. I will say that there was a couple of there were people who performed on the red carpet, honestly, that I wish would have performed on the main stage. One of them was Larry June. I wish he would have performed on the main stage. And also I would have liked, because I got to get his name, 803 Fresh. I wish he would have done his boots on the ground on the main stage. And that is because he is more of a soul singer. I put him in the thing of what is it, Sir Charles and 803 Fresh and Betty Wright and all of those people. They are soul singers, and I would love for us to get back to or bringing those soul singers back out. He's a soul singer, and I would have loved to have heard him sing on the main stage and bring out that soul apart, because there's a lot of good soul singers out here and they don't get their just due. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all put it down below. Whose performance did you like? I did like the tribute to Jamie Foxx. He had me boo-hoodling, all, snot nose crying and everything like that. And I also enjoyed that 106 & Park tribute as well. That was just stellar to me. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that helper that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.